what does self-care mean? One of the things that I recognized was that I'm taking much better care of my nervous system. And it's not what people would maybe think of when they think about self-care, but for me, it's very important. Last night, some of you probably saw it on Facebook, I went to see Star Wars, the new movie, The Last Jedi, with a friend, and we were in these special seats that moved with the action on the screen, and you could feel the thumping of the things. It was quite a weird experience. But what I had done was I took 2 levels of hearing protection. And as soon as it started to get loud, with even just the beginning of the stuff, then I put on my inner earplugs, my outer big headphones, noise canceling headphones, and it brought the sound down to a level that didn't feel like it was assaulting me. And I actually enjoyed the movie quite a lot. Things like that might seem so simple. That's something that I've really gotten into the habit of thinking about. How is this event or this thing going to affect my nervous system? And how can I take care of that? And if I can't, do I want to do it? So that's another element of self-love, really, and self-care that's come up for me. So let's do kind of an open-ended inquiry into self-love and see what comes up when we go into that. Because it's the holiday season, probably a lot of us have experienced more stress. And something that I was talking about the other day with someone was that everyone around them is also more stressed. And when other people are acting in certain ways, then it's more triggering for us, and it tends to just kind of get into this cycle of being triggered, and nobody's really acting in their best selves. And part of what can get triggered is our old deficiency stories, our old feelings of not being loved or being unlovable, or those kinds of things as well. And it takes a lot of social courage and skill as well to negotiate within those situations, negotiate something that's going to be better for us, that's more nurturing or more honoring of what our experience is. Because so often we get into something like that and then we turn against ourselves. So we notice there's a negative impact, and then we blame ourselves, or we start judging ourselves for having the reactions that we have. And there's so many ways that this works. And then one of the things that we can do at any moment that we notice that is to tune inward and just honor that this is what's happening, and what could I do now to support myself. So when we look at it from that sense, we might just kind of look at, okay, right now I can see that my mind is starting to go there, starting to get wrapped up in these stories of I'm not worthy, or I'm not lovable, or I should be able to handle this, or I'm triggered and I don't feel like I should be. All of these stories that can come up. And then in that moment, we could just relax into that and apply kindness. Wow, look at these thoughts that are coming up. Or, well, my shoulders are right up around my ears. It's too noisy in here. There's too many people, whatever it is. And then relax and see what we could do in that situation to really help. So whatever it is that's come up for you as we've been talking, let's just have a look at that. What comes up for you when you look at the words self-love? And maybe it's something really specific to the holidays. There was an incident that happened or an experience you had. Let's bring it into our mind. Whatever it is that's coming up, and it will be certainly different for everyone. And it might be something on the positive side. It doesn't have to be a negative experience either. And then as you're looking at the images or words, or maybe there's nothing much coming up right now, tune into your body and your breath. If we're remembering an experience, whether it was a long time ago or whether it was recent, when we were feeling triggered by something, or it was an upsetting or an intense experience, then we're going to have a response to that in our body. We're probably going to have some tightness or contraction. So take a few deep breaths and let your body relax. And if there are images or words, hear the words, or if you want, you could put them up onto a blank kind of sheet in your mind's eye, or just kind of see them hovering there. So look at the words in the pictures. Something to do with self-love. It could be that 2 words, self-love. And let's go back and forth between that and our body. Really have a look at the words or the pictures. If you like, you could tap on the pictures. Particularly if something's starting to feel kind of intense, you could open your eyes. You could tap on your forehead. You could trace the space around the outside. So in both cases, what we're doing is we're looking at the image or picture or memory. It could be a video clip. It could be some kind of a still photograph. And then we're going back and forth between the picture and something else. So for tapping, we're just bringing our 2 fingers up to that spot between the eyebrows. As soon as you start to tap, transfer your attention to the sound and sensation of the tapping. And then look back at the picture or the words. Another really great way to work with pictures and words, images of words, is to put a frame around it and then to transfer your attention away from the image and into the space on the outside of the frame, and then take your eyes around clockwise a few times, counterclockwise a few times, and then look back at the image. So let's give this a few minutes, see what comes up. Words, images. Notice what's happening in your body as well. Oftentimes we have a lot of tightness in the back of the neck and shoulders if we're kind of bracing against something or defending ourselves. And if that's the case, allow that to soften a bit just with your attention. Let it relax as you breathe out. And then bring your attention back to see what are the images or pictures that come up around this. So a lot of the practices that we do are developing this skill of witnessing or observing our experience. And this is one of the ways that we do this. We go back and forth. We really pay attention to words and images. And we notice what's happening in our body. We can relax the shoulders. Notice what's happening in your face. Is your forehead and eyebrows, are they soft and relaxed, or are they kind of tensed up? What about your jaw or your mouth? So look at the images and the memories, whatever's coming up, for a minute or two. And then take that step back. What's happening in your body? Notice your response to the words might also include a very specific energy in your body. Notice as you scan your body if there's some particular location. Perhaps you're looking at self-love and whatever it is that is appearing with that. And you notice that your stomach is alive somehow. There's a feeling of some kind of energy that's really located right in your gut, or your heart, or your throat. Could be anywhere in your body. See if you can really notice the specifics of the energetic response in your body. Where is it? What does it feel like? When we're looking at energy in our body, we're noticing the location, the qualities of the sensation, if it's hot or cold. If you have an image, you could look at that. And then see if you could put yourself right into the very center of that energy, of that location where it's showing up. What does it feel like from the inside? And sometimes it's not kind of amenable to that close of attention. And if that's the case, that's fine. Just notice the space all around the sensation. There might be an image or something with the sensation. You could look at that. And when we are able to really attend to a sensation, we might be asking questions kind of like, just be interested or curious about, why is it here? So we were looking at self-love and something was coming up. And then there was some kind of an energy in the body that was showing up along with that. So why did that happen? What does it know? What does it want to tell us? What does it need from us? And we don't try to figure that out. We just really get quiet and listen. Notice your whole body. Notice your breath. Let yourself go back and forth a little bit. If you're looking at images or words or memories, go back into the energy itself and sit with that. And once in a while, kind of pull back again and notice your whole body from head to toes. Notice your breath, how that continues to flow. There's the flow of air in the nostrils, that wave-like quality of the breath in the belly. Really anchor yourself to this moment through your body and your breath. And notice what it is that's here, that's not changing with the experience. It was here when you had the experience. All of the many experiences that we have around just through our lives and what reflect back to us something about self-love or something that's connected to that. We've had thousands of experiences that have made up our relationship with ourselves, our connection with loving ourselves. And when we step back into that witness, we can observe all of the elements of what's happened, how we've come to this experience. And we can step back even further. So on one level, we're really observing the effect of the experiences on us, the beliefs that have formed. And we can step back even further and see that there's something unchanging. Something that's not affected by our experiences. And we step forward right into the juiciness of the moment as it is. What's happening in our mind, in our body, our breath. Not witnessing it from a distance, but witnessing it right from the middle of it. I love myself. I accept myself. Notice what resonates. And then let all of that go. There might be things that you want to make a note of for later, or you might want to just turn off the program and just stay with it. Or it might be okay just to open your eyes